So with the maybe the exception of my third channel where I'm able to allow my thoughts flow and be myself on the internet, I think I do a pretty good job being professional. So being professional on the internet. And typically people on the internet won't really know that I'm actually one of those people that can get really upset about something. And so because of that, seeing that I had a rough week and that, I had 3 days off, I decided to go on an anger walk because I was very pissed off about my job because because apparently we're doing poorly, instead of saying, here's what we can improve on doing our job, they just crack the whip and then they just say, work harder. And so I'm finding another job and it sucks right now, but that's not the reason why I'm angry. The reason why is because they cracked the whip, and instead of saying, okay, team, we can do this. We can work as a team, and let's figure this out together and how we can improve on our efficiency. That's how a workplace should be. But either way, I was just so freaking pissed. So I went out. So seeing that I had 3 days off, the first day I went on an anger walk. Right now, this is the second day. And so I took a 5-hour anger walk, and typically when I go on an anger walk, I'm not really going to any general direction. In fact, I did get lost. In fact, there's actually proof that, actually it's 6 hours. It's actually proof that I took quite a long anger walk. So here I am with my mother just saying, so I want to tell you I'm going out for a walk to clear my head. That's all I want to do today. And then I got home around 9 o'clock. So yeah, I took a pretty long anger walk. And during that anger walk, I found something magical. Well, first, I found two things actually, and turns out one of them wasn't so magical. So, first thing I saw was Kirby Adventure for the NES. I should probably specify here. I went to a, used, trade post, shop, whatever, used game store, and I saw two things. Kirby Adventure for the NES was actually one of the first things, and I thought for a while, that this was the elusive rare game that was $100 in the US, but like $20 in Japan. Turns out I'm confusing that with Kirby 3. So what I decided to do instead was just buy it on my Japanese 3DS because it's only, let me zoom in, because geez, that focus is bad. Because it's only $617 or 617 yen, which is relatively cheap compared to the US version, which is $6.99. I believe this should be like $5.99, but of course that's just an estimate conversion. So I thought, let's go ahead and do it because there were some enhancements there's going to be some enhancements when it comes to playing the 3DS version. Like, for example, the Y button is used, and they also use the touchscreen, which is great. So I ended up doing that instead. This other thing, though, is actually the main reason why I made this video. So probably some people know, if they read the description of the very first very first hardware modding vlog, I'm pretty sure it was the first one, they will know that this was the inspiration for the whole thing. Because if I were to turn it on, there's no backlight. And then later on, I didn't show this in hardware modding vlog, I bought a broken SP, which was only $5, and thing was though, it works perfectly fine. So I was a little bit irritated with that. But anyway, so going to the store. So I decided to go to a store, and in there was a Game Boy Advance, AGS, light, come on, AGS 101 for $29. I was hyped when I saw this. This actually changed my entire mood. You know, from being angry to being ecstatic. And because, you know, freaking scalpers online are selling this thing for $100, modded even unmodded, it's just a ridiculous price. So seeing this for that little, I had to get it. But the thing was, though, I didn't have money at the time. But I got paid today, and I went to the store, and it was still there. I was so excited. And here it is in my hand, an AGS 101. I don't mind the pink color. In fact, I actually like it. It actually has these really nice white buttons compared to this one. In fact, you'll actually see this a little bit later, but I also bought a DS with white buttons, and I thought that was pretty neat. My battery's almost out, but anyway. So this automatically changed my mood. Let's look at that screen compared to this screen. Oh, whoops. There's a huge difference in clarity right there. And I haven't seen any ghosting on this either. So, who knows? On my third channel, I made a video about Mario Luigi Superstar Saga. This makes a very viable option that I could potentially get the GBA version. I'll leave the video link in the description in case you're interested to hear my thoughts about the 3DS version versus the DS version. But anyway, so anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to brag the fact that I found one for super cheap. In fact, it actually didn't cost $29 because I traded in a few games, which then reduced the price to $11. So that's great. But I won't be able to download. I won't be able to legally download Yokai Watch and Spirit Camera anymore. Not that you really want to download Spirit Camera. Sorry, the camera cut off on me when I was trying to record that last bit. But anyway, not like you really want to really download Spirit Camera anyway, because you're going to require an AR book that came with the game. Seriously, that AR book is the main reason why that game is so bad. Like, because not only do you have to leave the lights on, which removes most of the horror aspect, but also you have to consistently go back and turn to the book. You know, like if there's a ghost coming after you, and sorry, I just realized I'm not recording the screens. Anyway, there's a ghost that comes after you. You turn around and then you take a picture, and then it says go back to the book, and then you turn back to the book, and then you have to wait till it reads it, which is pretty fast, by the way, but you know, you have to wait till it reads it, and then if something comes out of the book and you have to, you know, take a picture of it, it's very finicky in regards of how you have to take a picture of it and point at the book at the same time, and overall it's just not really a great time to play. So I'm sorry, brother. I know that you bought that game for me so I can experience it for you, but well, actually, I did just that. I experienced the terrible game for you, so that way, well, I experienced a terrible game for you, and I can go ahead and tell you it's not worth your while to play the game. However, I know that you're probably going to go to that shop and buy the game because I know that you're a huge Fatal Frame fan, and that you would buy the game just because it's made by the same people who made Fatal Frame. But anyway, yeah, so I'm pretty excited to actually get to playing this thing. I actually haven't played it yet. So my regard of seeing that there's no ghosting could be just a remark, and I could be completely wrong, but either way though, I'm very hyped to actually get this started. So anyway, that's it, and I'll be seeing you.